I'm not sure if many of you might be aware of who this person was. Um, the official Twitter name was Hallow Earth Turf. Oh goodness, what was her actual name? Yeah, here it is. RFH, Radical Feminist Hitler. I'm sure a lot of you know about the shooting that took place in Wisconsin with the girl or trans. I don't even really know what the thing was or whatever, but apparently, and I don't know if it's true or not, she was mentioned. Now, this is basically a misandrist who, for some reason, her posts were popping up on my feed. I guess because I follow this guy, Homath, and we'll get into him in a bit. But, yeah, when it comes to her, she was basically a misandrist, right? She hates men, this and that. Basically thinks women are above men. When a misandrist is basically the opposite of a misogynist. It's basically man hate, right? So apparently she was mentioned in the manifesto because, these all these people, Luigi Mangione, right? All these people who, the shooters, they all have manifestos, right? Because that's what people are just doing in their free time, right? Especially a 15-year-old, right? They just write manifestos in their free time. I guess that's what the kids are doing these days. But anyway, apparently she was mentioned in it like as an influence, so that's why she deleted her account. And it's funny actually that she deleted her account because I just started reading and following on her stuff probably about 2 weeks ago. So, and I thought, I'm the kind of person I really try to read stuff that I don't agree with, even though it kind of annoys me sometimes, or it's just so ridiculous that it makes me lose brain cells, the stuff people say on this platform. And I know some of these are satire accounts. Like, I'm not going to go into it and say this person really believed what they're saying because I don't think they ever even showed their face once. It's not like they had a YouTube channel, anything like that. So, but it's really interesting to see how, because the agenda that I believe that is behind that, obviously the whole thing that happened in Wisconsin is a gun grab to make and tie all these political agendas, have people fight and all this stuff, just like the Luigi Mangione thing, because it led to that basically, and that's a whole rabbit hole in itself that we're not going to get into today. But the goal ultimately is to say, oh well, look, they're not getting influenced by these kids. These young people aren't getting influenced by Hollywood celebrities anymore, or people they see on TV, or the music they listen to as much anymore. Of course, they get influenced by it, but not nearly as much now. It's social media people. It's the influencers on social media who have a big following, right, or streamers, right. And I've made many content before in the past. I even have a whole video about it. How the streaming content, the streaming culture has replaced, Hollywood, Netflix, all that stuff. This is the new influence for the young generation. This is what the younger generation wants to be. They don't want to be Hollywood actors. They want to be social media influencers. They want to be streamers, right? And here's the thing. I totally think people should always do what they want to do, but 99%, I shouldn't say 99, but most of the stuff that gets popular, all these streamers, all of these social media influencers, they talk about nonsensical things. They talk about things that don't matter, or it's just pranks and stupid things that are for your entertainment. And I don't even know how people find entertaining. I mean, I guess here's the thing. I've watched Kai Cenat. I've watched Speed, that guy. I've watched these streamers, and here's, I'm not gonna lie, I could see why. And I wasn't watching it because I was entertained. I wanted to see what was the hype about it, And I could see why people would get entertained, because they do dumb shit that's kind of entertaining, But I'm also about to turn 28 years old in a month here, so I'm a grown man. It's like if you're 16 years old watching these things, it's easy to fall into it and get influenced at a subconscious level by these things. But anyway, and here's another thing about accounts like this, that these anonymous accounts, right, that amass these followings and say things that they probably don't really even agree with, is that people are going to get influenced by it. Now, again, the agenda is for censorship with that whole shooting, right? So that they could say, oh, well, if it ever were to come down to it, that, oh, this guy, Justin from jmasterproductions, he was mentioned in this school shootings manifesto. Oh my God, there's more school shootings with all these truthers mentioned. Wow, we got to silence all these truthers. These truthers are dangerous. They're influencing these shooters, right? Because if you know how the powers that be work, they could stage anything. They could stage these things. They could create all sorts of stories and narratives. I mean, we all know it because when we watch these stories of these big events that happen, that make headline news, that are constantly talked about, things never add up. And that's for a reason. Because they're not supposed to add up, because they don't need to hide. They don't need to totally hide it necessarily. Even if most people know the media is lying, for example, COVID, right? Everyone knows that was a big lie at this point. Most people, at least. But no one cares. They got away with it, just like 9/11, right? They got away with it. And they know they're going to keep getting away with it because people don't do anything. Even if you realize it, you tweeting about it, you sitting on your ass or whatever, and tweeting about it and hiding behind anonymous accounts and making videos where you don't even show your face, no one knows who you are. It's just, and I know I'm digressing a lot, but my God, there's so much going on. What annoys me is these truthers that hide behind fake accounts or just anonymous accounts. And it's annoying, to be honest. When I put myself out there, I've been putting myself out there because I used to have a YouTube channel that was much bigger than this one. I've been putting myself out there with videos since 2019. No one's coming after me. It's never affected me with the job or anything. So I don't know what people are worried about. Yeah, people stop being my friends. People look at me all weird because I post this on my social media accounts. But guess what? Then there's people who say, yo, Justin, I like what you do. I respect what you do. It's rare. But you do get people like that. More people obviously don't like it. But we all know that when you talk about these things, people are going to look at you a certain way. But anyway, to get back to my point, they're going to use, I don't know if this is part of an agenda or not. I really don't know the full story, but believe me, mark these words. There's going to be some sort of agenda that's going to label someone like me. They already kind of have. But they start with people like Alex Jones, right? Then they go to people like her, you know. And again, it might be that she deactivated her account for whatever reason, because maybe there was just rumors about her being in the manifesto, so she needs to lay low for a while. But the point is that this account had 50,000 followers, which in retrospect isn't really that much. But if she's having a reach like that, or they're mentioning her, I think the agenda behind this is to come after small accounts that are saying the truth, because they're going to be deemed as dangerous. I think that's the real agenda, behind these school shootings, where it starts with someone like Alex Jones, then goes to someone like her, and before you know it, someone like Homath, who has like 100,000 followers. He has bigger following than her. And I want to get into this guy now.